Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Of course, it is Thursday evening at about 6:30 in the evening, and here we are live once again. You're here with me, Robin Fahmi. I am your host, and we gather here every Thursday to talk about solar energy and to talk about anything that helps us to realize that all is well and we are enough. And, it's just all good. So, Robin Fafmi again. My phone number is at the bottom 214-497-7440. During our conversation tonight, if you hear any information that, piques your interest or you might have a question about, do not hesitate. Give me a phone call because I am here to talk with you. And when you call, 214-497-7440. I will answer and you will be a live caller. So just keep that in mind. And then here we are off to the races. So we're going to recap just a little bit. And by now, you all, my audience, you're understanding that we are here talking about solar energy, everything solar. My whole objective is to be an advocate for homeowners who are considering solar energy, adding the solar panels to your rooftops. Solar should not be difficult to understand, but I do say that there are lots of moving parts. And from that perspective, sometimes it makes sense to be able to talk with someone who is going to give you the inside scoop, the nitty gritty, however you want to think about that. But that's why I'm here. And for those of you who have been following me for a while, we're live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, wherever, hit like and subscribe so that we can keep moving and keep growing. But for those of you who have been listening for a while, the last 2-3 months, you know that I do have solar panels on my home. I have had solar panels for the past 3 years. And I like to say that I've paid only 4 electricity bills in 3 years. And that's all because I understand how to manage my solar energy. When I say manage it, okay, so the panels are on the rooftop. The sun hits those panels. That's a direct current that hits that solar panel. And then there are inverters in the panels that convert that energy to an alternating current. And that's what we actually use in our home, that alternating current. So, because we're talking about producing energy from the sun, it makes sense that we're producing during daylight hours. As long as the sun is out, it is bright, it is shining on those panels, then we are producing energy. We at that point are a power producing entity, just like any other power station. And so when I talk about managing your energy, managing your solar production, what I mean by that is you are aware that during the daylight hours, you are producing energy. And so you should be consciously using or during all of your heavy lifting during those hours of the day, daylight. And what I mean by that, if you have a large family or not a large family, but when it's time to do laundry, if you're going to do 3, 4, 5 loads, during the day, do that in the daylight hours, because at night, when the sun goes down, you are actually pulling from the grid just like everyone else. So you want to use the energy that you are producing. So for those of you who work and you maybe are not home during those daylight hours, then the weekends when you are there during daylight hours, that's when you want to do your heavy lifting, like your laundry. And when you're not home, hopefully you are managing your air conditioning system so that it's not just running constantly all day long. You keep it set at a temperature of maybe 78, 79, so that it's not coming on consistently while you are not home, using energy that nobody is benefiting from. Things of that nature. If you are cooking for a large family, anything that you can control, you want to control it. Anything related to energy that you can manage, you do want to manage it. So, this is what we mean when we say that solar will work for you if you know how to work it. So now you have solar, you're all set up, you've got the panels on your home. The next thing that you should have done, or we will need to do, help you do, is actually to choose an electricity company that you're going to get a good solar buyback program from, or just the absolute best rate that you can. What that means is that the buyback program, whatever they're charging you for per kilowatt, then they will buy your overproduction back at that same amount. So normally when that happens, you're able to at least balance out the electrical usage portion of your bill. Now, again, if you've been following me for a while, you know that your electric bill is broken down into a couple of parts. You've got your kilowatt usage, that is the electricity that you are using, the kilowatts. But then you also have a portion of that bill that is not related to energy. It's the business part of the bill. Um, Whatever electricity company that you are with, they will usually charge a what they call a base rate. It might be 9.95, 10.95, could be 12.95. It just depends on the electricity company, but you've got that base rate. Then you have taxes, and then you have something called a delivery charge. Whoever is delivering your energy from the production place to your home, they are charging to do that. Everything. There in this world, there is a charge for everything. And you have to be so aware of everything that concerns you to make sure that you are getting exactly whatever it is that you are expecting. So that bill is in two parts. Now, if you have a system that is set up to match the electricity usage that you are using now, and once you get your system in place, you're still going to be able to produce at least that. You may also have an offset of a little bit more. So if you've got an offset of 100%, meaning that we are going to match the energy usage that you're used to, that you're using right now, and we're going to match that, and you're going to produce that. Your panels are going to produce the same thing. Or we can offset you a little bit more, 105, 110, 112%. If we are able to do that, then your system should produce enough energy to cover your electrical usage as well as the other charges, the base charge, the taxes, the delivery charge. And that is all a part of the discovery process that we go through with you at the time we are building your unit or realizing what type of a system, how big of a system we need to build for you. So, all about solar. If you don't currently have solar on your home, then I would hope that you would trust me to at least give me a call and allow me to talk to you about that possibility of going solar. Now, some of you know where I am, and some of you don't. I actually am in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex area. I live in the DeSoto, Texas area. So I travel up to 100 miles in either direction, north, south, east, or west. It doesn't matter. But so I can actually help anyone in the state of Texas, whether I'm in your city or not. And even if I'm not in your city, you can feel free to always give me a call if you have questions. I will answer your questions no matter what. And the reason I do that is, as I said before, I have solar on my home, and thank God that the company that installed it, the representative, did a good job with the way that the solar itself was presented, and I got exactly what I was expecting from that perspective. There was another little glitch that caused me to realize that they were out of integrity and we could not resolve the problem. And since we did not resolve the problem, that is what actually pushed me out to sell solar because I am a consumer. And as a consumer, I believe that I should have gotten a little bit more respect and a little better treatment with regards to that one thing. Now, you see, that one thing that occurred during my process is the reason that I would never refer to that salesperson. I would never refer to that company because why? My experience was not the greatest. The overall experience was not the greatest. So why would I send you over there to be mistreated? I would never do that. Absolutely never do that. But I'm here now and I have my own business, my own solar energy business. That's what going solar did for me. It pushed me out to become a consumer advocate to help make sure that consumers are educated where solar energy is concerned, and that when you make that switch to solar, that you do it with confidence and you are sure that you understand exactly, what it is that you're getting, how it actually works, and that you still have a resource to reach out to in the if there's ever a need to do so. And that's me. That's exactly why I'm here. Also, I want any of you who are listening to me to realize too that it doesn't matter what stage you are in your life. Anything that you want to do, you can do it. You just have to figure it out. Figure it out and make the move to do it. So I stepped out into solar. Now, because I stepped out into solar, you have to understand that roofing also is something that I took on, because in order for your solar to be installed on your roof, you've got to have a good roof. You know, you can't have a roof that has a 30-year lifespan, and a 30-year, let's just say 15 years, and now you want to install solar. Well, what would I say about installing solar on a roof that is 15, 16, 17 years old? You may have 10 years left on that. Well, it would be my suggestion that you get a new roof, because a roof that has aged that much, may have lost some of its granules. It may have lost some of its sustainability. Maybe it's had several hail hits, but not enough that the insurance company would actually um, buy the roof, which would allow you to file a claim with your insurance company, and then you could get a new roof. With solar, in a lot of cases, it just depends on the company that you're talking to. We can actually roll a new roof in with your solar. It's just all a part of the financing, and whether or not you have at least a 650 credit score, because you will need at least a 650 credit score for most finance companies to actually take it on. But if your roof is not in good enough condition to support a new solar panel system, then you might want to think twice about adding solar until you are able to install a new roof as well. So I say that to say that I do solar as well as roofing. I partner with a roofing company that allows me to bring quality roofing to my customers. So that's a good thing. And that is just something that you want to be aware of. Um, Here's something that I'm very excited about. I want to do what I'm doing. I want to become known as the go to person in the area that I live in for people who are ready to actually transition to solar, or if you just want to know more about it. I want to be the person in your mind. And that's part of the reason that I come here every Thursday at 6:30, because the more I show up, I believe that those of you who are listening will share the information. You will start to, call my name in different situations. And therefore, when someone is interested and ready to go solar, they will call me. So this past week, on Wednesday, I believe it was, I was in a situation with another business person that I go to a networking group with. And we get together and we talk about what we're doing, how we're doing it. Maybe there are suggestions as to how we can do anything better. And we just share with each other. So every week, I get to talk about my solar business to this group of business people. And the objective is that they get to know me well enough. They get to know my business and what I do well enough that if there is an opportunity for them to share me with anyone who is looking for a service like mine, then they do that. But look, here's something that happened, and it was just so exciting to me that I'm sharing it with you now. So, I've been in this group now for about 5 or 6 months, and every week, I'm there and I say the same thing over and over again. I am Robin Fahmi, Better Me, Better You Solar Energy, Project Management, and Sales. What I do is actually sell solar panels, and I help homeowners to understand what solar is, if it's right for them, is it a good fit for their home, all the benefits, features, and reasons why you want to go solar, but also I share reasons why it may not be a good fit for you. And that's important because most people will just sell it to you whether it's good for you or not. I don't do that. So, this particular person shared with me that last week on Sunday, there were door knockers in her neighborhood. Knock, knock, knock. You go to the door, and they're there talking about solar energy, talking about the city of Arlington is helping homeowners with the right type of roof, get solar for free. Now that was the catch, for free. They're looking for customers with the right type of roof so that, they can get solar to them, but for free. That threw up a red flag. Then she also mentioned that it was 8 o'clock in the evening. Okay, not a real problem because it's still daylight savings time, and at 8 o'clock it's just starting to get dusk. So depends on the day. It could be really dark or not so dark. This day it wasn't so dark, but it's 8 o'clock on a Sunday evening. They're knocking doors, talking about solar in a way that makes you believe that, maybe you're going to get it for free. And so they were talking with her husband. She happened to overhear and came out and joined the conversation. And she said that they had on the vest, the safety vest, whatever, and that they did not have a name tag. They were purporting that they worked for the city of Arlington, but they did not have any name tags. There was no logo or insignia on their shirts or on their safety vests. So there was no way to really prove who they were or whether they were really there for the city or not. And that just threw up red flags to her. And she even said that they mentioned that, well, we've been talking to your neighbor down the street, and we're going to be back in this neighborhood to actually, uh, talk to them about solar, actually do a presentation. But she said to her husband, well, if we get solar, we're going to get it from Robin. And that right there made everything that I do and everything that I have been doing for the past months worth it, because she is somebody who listens to what I'm saying. She is somebody who actually heard what I talk about. You know, our neighborhoods are being inundated with door knockers. I am not knocking, door knocking at all. I'm not saying anything bad against anybody who knocks doors. That's not what this is about. What this is about is making sure that you have as much information as possible so that the conversation is not one-sided. Because what's going to happen is you're going to open that door, they're going to be polite. Hey, how you doing? I'm Robin with Better Me, Better You Solar. company, and I'm just out here, trying to share information with homeowners about how they can lower their electric bill and sometimes even eliminate that bill. And then they're going to say something like, well, how much did you pay for solar last month? Or how much is your energy bill? And then that gets you talking, which is all good and well, but it doesn't need to be a one sided conversation. So when they talk to you about offsetting your bill, you need to know what they mean by that. And if they are the ones who's giving you all of the information, you don't have anything for yourself. Okay, here's what you do. You wait for another one to knock on your door and you compare the information, because what if that information is not 100%? I'm not saying that it is or it isn't, but what I am saying is you've got to do a little bit of study, a little bit of research to make sure that you are getting the absolute best service product that you can get for the money that you're going to be paying, because your bill may be $500 this month, and granted, the last 3 to 4 months, I know here in the Dallas, Texas area, it was extremely hot for an extreme period of time. We were in triple digits for more than 30 days. And that means that a lot of people from like May to August were getting bills for more than $300, consistently throughout that time. And that sometimes doesn't feel so good. And so if you were getting bills that were that high, and now people are knocking on your door talking about they can help you lower that bill, I'm not saying that they cannot help you lower that bill, but I just want you to be aware. So they're saying that they can help you lower that bill. So that's a pain point. It's painful when you have to spend your money, on electricity bills that are five, six, seven, $800 a month. And that is actually dipping into the money that you have perhaps for something else. So yes, you want to hear what anyone is saying about that. But my thing that I'm offering to you is, let's educate you. Let's get you familiar with the language of solar, how it works, what it's supposed to do for you. And then, as an educator of solar energy, as an advocate for homeowners, that's one piece of what I do. And the other piece is I actually own my own business, whereas I am able to sell it to you. And I partner with installers, two installers who are master electricians who are able to install your system. And we work with a company that is going to be there for you throughout the term. And when I say throughout the term, you're going to get panels that will have a 25-year warranty. And then you're going to also get a 10-year installation warranty. So if you were to get leaks in your roof, things of that nature as a result of the system being installed on your roof, you've got up to 10 years for anything to happen. And if it does, we are there. So what I'm saying to you is we are not going out of business. We just are not. Years ago, people were buying solar and the companies were going out of business. So if they were not getting the production that they needed, there was nobody around. You have people right now who have solar panels on their roofs that are not working. The panels are just up there. And when you talk to those customers or those homeowners, they will tell you there's nobody to service these panels because the company that installed them, they're out of business. But guess what? I can help with that too. I actually work with a company that will service you even if you have panels on your home already. So we need to make sure that we get these things in place for you. But the panels usually will have a 25 to 30-year warranty, meaning they should work. If by chance something happens, we monitor your system and we can oftentimes know before you know that there's a problem. And if there is a problem, then you will more than likely get notified and then we move into action to fix the problem so that you only have to be concerned about, you know, how much I'm producing, how much I'm using, am I managing, it well, and is my bill offset to the point where it comes in at zero. I took a deep breath there because my bill comes in at zero most of the time. As I said, I have had solar on my home for 3 years, and for 3 years, I've only paid four bills, and that is great. Now, you might wonder, okay, so you're not paying a bill. You're not sending money to the electric company to pay that bill. Yep, that's right. But what are you paying? How is that working? Well, it's just like anything else. Because I have solar panels, and of course, I had to finance my panels. Most people will finance them. Sometimes, there are people who can pay outright for the panels, and that is even better because if you can pay for those panels, then you don't have a monthly bill that you're paying towards the panels, and you're not paying the electric company. You are what they call in high cotton because electricity is something that you need. It's not a want. It's not something that you dream about having. It's not something that you can really do without. You've got to have it. You've got to have it. I mean, you need electricity. It's going to run your hot water heater. That's what's going to heat up your water so that when you turn it on and you can take a nice hot shower or a long hot bath, you need that electricity to cook with. Now, granted, some people have gas and electricity. Nonetheless, you still need it. You need that electricity to run your AC, your air conditioning and heating unit. Depending on what time of year it is, you want to be cool or you want to be warm and comfortable. You need it. So, what do you think it would be like if you could eliminate that bill, that electricity bill? Although, yes, you do have to pay for the panels, but it's a fixed cost. Every month that your payment to the finance company is $250. No matter what time of year it is, no matter how hot or how cold it is, you are going to automatically make that payment. And that's a lot easier to a degree for most people, depending on who you are, than these sporadic bills, three and four and $500. So you may have bills that are sporadic, out of control to that degree, at least 6 times a year. You may have 3 months in the winter and 3 months in the summer. So the other 6 months, you may be pretty level. It just depends. A lot of it depends too on your household. how many people are in your household, and you know, what does it take to operate your household from a kilowatt standpoint? Does your household run at night the same way that it does in the daytime? Maybe you've got 6 adults in your house as opposed to adults and children. And if those 6 adults work different schedules, then you're going to be running lights and water and TVs and music and cell phones. You're going to be running that stuff 24 hours basically, because there's always somebody who is up. Unlike my household, um, 10 o'clock at night, everybody is pretty much going down. And if they are not, it's just not a big deal. Maybe there's a TV on or something of that nature. But when you become the producer of your energy, you begin to think about these things. So, if you have any thoughts about how energy works, how solar energy works, how to read your bill, how to understand how much you are paying per kilowatt. Now, if you look at your bill, it will show you price per kilowatt. It might say 19 cent per kilowatt. And you think, yep, that's what I'm paying. But in actuality, that is not what you're paying, because there is a mathematical formula that is used to calculate how much you're paying per kilowatt. Usually, whatever your bill is, if your bill is, let's just say $350, and you're paying 19 cent per kilowatt, um, you're going to take your usage. How many kilowatts did you use? And you're going to divide that by the payment that is due. And that will give you the true cost per kilowatt. Whereas you think you're paying 19 cent, you're probably really paying maybe 22 cent. All of this stuff is kind of hidden. And if you don't have a reason to know and understand it, then you just don't. You're just giving away money, and you don't know that you're giving away money. But let me tell you what, the difference between 19 cent and 22 cent, it adds up. And it adds up enough that if you were aware, it would make a difference. Over time, it makes a difference. So, what we want to do is help homeowners get really smart about electricity. And you'll get smart about a lot of other things. Now, I'm not saying that you're not smart, okay? I'm not saying that at all. I am just simply saying that we want to educate you. It's all about education. I love solar. Solar energy is my passion. It's a passion that found me, and I'm so happy that it did. And I do believe that there is a space out here for me to do exactly what it is that I'm doing, what I want to do. Now, as a consumer, you may not, these glasses are hurting my ear. As a consumer, you may not realize the value that we're bringing, but the longer you listen, you will realize it. And I am just so happy and grateful to be here. So now listen, remember a couple of weeks ago, I kind of just slowed everything down to tell you why I am here. And remember, I said that I am here just to engage you, the listener, the consumer, the homeowner, the individual who is listening, just to engage you in conversation. The main topic of conversation is solar energy. That's why I am here. So sometimes, though, remember I said we may go off topic. Well, listen, I've got a reason to go off topic now, and I'm going to share that with you. And just before I share this off topic subject, I want you to think about this. You know, life for some of us is difficult. I know that it can be difficult. I love my life. I love life. And I have learned how to take it easy and learned how to realize for sure that it's all good. Things will always work out no matter what. Now you can get upset, you can huff and puff, you can get mad, you can go off and do all these things that people do, but it's not going to really change how things work out. Okay. um, when you stop and kind of sit with yourself and understand that you are enough. And if you are enough and you believe that, then no matter what, things always work out. Okay. Now that's me. That's who I am. That's what I believe. Now, I also believe that we're talking about solar energy. Solar, the word itself refers to the sun. The sun brings us what? Light. How many of you all realize, know, and understand, and I know you all do, when you don't feel good sometimes, when things are just not good, you can like not feel good emotionally, you can not feel good physically, you're energetically, you might not feel good. And if you just go and kind of sit out in the sun or go take a walk in the sun, just being in the sun, that sunlight can energize you. It can make you feel a little bit better. And eventually, physically you're better, emotionally you're better, depression lifts off of you just because you let a little light in. Okay. So always we're going to be talking about solar energy and your home, how to bring electricity into your home and light into your home. But today I'm going to talk to you about something else. Your body is, made up of electrical energy as well as chemical energy. Okay. You know that you've seen these movies where these people have this night vision and they can see a body or see a person and they see that that body is lit up like in red, that infrared light. Your body is giving off light, and this night vision allows them to be able to see you. So, what am I saying? That your body is made up of electrical energy that emits light. Yes, light. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. That question is, when you don't feel good, when you don't feel good, if there was a way for you to tap into that light and allow that light to help heal your body and help you to feel better, would you be interested in that? My answer is yes. Now, I'm going to show you this right here. This right here, can you see? It's a little bitty patch. This patch is about maybe the size of a quarter. This patch, when you put this patch on your body, it helps to rejuvenate your body's own natural stem cells. Okay? Stem cells help your body to heal. You always hear people talking about, oh, the body will heal itself. But the body has to have what it needs to be able to heal itself. Now, it used to be that the right foods would do it for you, vitamins, different things that you could take to help the body heal. But over time, our bodies are just bombarded with so much that it's not able to heal and rejuvenate itself on its own. But when we are born with a certain amount of stem cells. These stem cells go to every part of the body and make sure that our cells are healthy enough to do the job that they are designed to do. And that's just the bottom line. To keep it simple, that's how it works. But guess what? Just like everything else, over time, and over the years, by the time you get to be 40ish, 50, 60, 70s for sure, your stem cells are no longer active, which is the reason why we begin to feel old. We begin to feel the aches and the pains, and we just don't move like we used to. But it's not because we are just old on one hand, it's more because our body functions are not at 100%. The things that we were born with that kept us active, moving, they just aren't there anymore. But this little patch, it's called the X39. You put this patch on your body and you will feel a difference. Now, I am not in no way saying that this will heal or cure anything, because that is not its function. Its function is to bring light, your body's light, the light that's in your body. This patch will activate that light, that will activate your stem cells, your own natural stem cells. If you know anything about stem cell therapy, a lot of people are being injected with stem cells to cure various situations, or to make various things that are not working quite so well with their bodies work better. Okay. But those injections are very, very expensive. But this patch, let me tell you what, you better put a patch on it. That's all I got to say. If you've got aches, if you've got pains, if you've got joint troubles, like for me, when I first started using it, my hips were very tight, and it's stiff when you get up. And I am a woman of a certain age now. Don't get it twisted like that. At this age, you would expect that maybe some things would be tightening up by now. And since I have been wearing this patch, my hips have loosened up. I walk faster. My stride is more flowing. And I just simply feel good. Now, if you are a person who doesn't have any physical ailments, it's not to say that this won't help you as well, because when those stem cells are working, you will notice that everything begins to work better. Now, it is recommended that if you're going to give something like this a try, you want to try it for at least 30 days, maybe up to 90 days, just to see what happens for you. But I promise you that this is more than interesting. And if you have any questions, or if you have an interest in this little patch, give me a call, 214-497-7440. The light in your body will activate this patch and cause it to regenerate or to activate or to wake up your own natural stem cells. And you will find it more than fascinating as to what it will do for you. Okay. So, every week I will probably be talking about this because it is simply fascinating. And people are using it that I know, and they're having success. You know, pain is being eliminated, inflammation in the body is being eliminated, clarity of thought and focus, is coming back for a lot of people. Um, Back pain, joint pain, I've said all of that. But anyway, I just wanted to share this with you because the same way that solar panels are being put on our rooftops and bringing in or producing electricity for us to use in our homes and eliminating that bill that we get every month, to the point where eventually we will pay off our panels, and then we're, in high cotton because we're not paying for the panels, and we're no longer paying that high electricity bill. The same thing with this patch. You can kind of, the same scenario. This patch is put, you can place it any place on the body. Most often, it's put on the back of the neck at that seventh vertebrae, or you can put it just below your navel. But if you have pain or a situation that you're dealing with in any particular area, you can put the patch directly in that spot as well. And it's going to work wherever you put it, because one of the things that it's going to do is to cause like thousands of stem cells to like wake up immediately, and then they'll go to work. But consider the outer skin, of our bodies, like the rooftop. We place this there, and then the light that is in our bodies activates this patch. When this patch is activated, it regenerates our own natural stem cells. Those stem cells go wherever they're needed in the body to make sure that all of the cells are healthy and working properly. And then when that happens, you start to feel the results. The results are better energy, better sleep. If you snore, you might want to patch it up, because from what I'm understanding is it helps with that. One lady was saying that her husband snored so bad that they had to sleep in separate bedrooms, but because of the patch, they have been reunited in the bedroom. So how about that? Inflammation. Now, study inflammation, because inflammation is the culprit for most everything, gout. Um, if you are inflamed, if your body is inflamed, then it can't heal. So there's so many different reasons that we need to reset these stem cells and start to see all of this improvement. The only thing I will say is that if you decide to use the patch, you got to drink a lot of water. So patch it up. Call me. I can put solar panels on your rooftop. I can put a patch on your body, and you are going to become a better person who is enough to handle anything that comes your way. So, there you have it. Um, no calls today, but that's okay. No comments. Okay, here's a call. Let's see who this is. Hello, you are live on the air.
Oh, I wasn't trying to be live on the air.
You weren't trying to be live on the air?
No, I thought you were finished with your class.
I'm not quite finished yet,
Okay,
but
well then, so I was gonna text it to you, but when are you gonna talk about solar batteries?
well, I will be talking about solar batteries, but I've got something that is more interesting than a solar battery, less expensive. I'm doing a little bit of research, so give me just a little bit longer and we'll take care of that for you.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that subject matter coming since I'm already a solar homeowner. I'm interested in that, and thank you for all that you do.
Okay, thank you for the call.
All right, bye bye.
Bye bye. Yay! I got a call. And solar batteries. She is a solar customer and she would like a battery so that her overproduction can be stored in that battery. And then at night, she's not pulling from the grid, she's pulling her energy from her battery. And that's how we want to work. That way, we're free and clear. So if there is nothing else, remember, I am Robin Fahmi, solar energy. The objective is to make solar energy make sense and to make sure that you are a well informed homeowner so that when you make that switch to solar, you can do it with confidence, knowing that it will work because you know how to manage and how to work it. Again, my number is 214-497-7440. You can call me anytime, whether we are on the air or off the air. And don't forget X39. Give me a call to talk more about this patch that is helping people improve their health and well-being. You don't want to miss this. All righty? You better put a patch on it. Call me. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.